Should we say that we're back or should we say that
We never left.
We never left.
We never left.
And this time I'll take the blame.
Yeah.
So I'll just open this live by saying it's
Harshit,
me.
please listen.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yep. So
Why is it raining?
yet another rain delay in Pallekele, and this one is a
Really bad
It's
one.
a really bad one because
if-
it's pouring at this
Yeah,
point.
and if you're looking at the broadcasters right now, if you look at the box that they've made
It's
in the
foggy.
in the previous matches, you couldn't see a lot of rain from there, but now you can clearly see that there's
Now
a
you
heavy
can see-
downpour.
Now the entire ground has become a skating rink because it's
A
covered in
swimming
blue, a sea of blue, and because of that, you are now reaching that stage where you will start losing overs.
I mean, to be fair, all eyes will also be on supposedly 10:27.
Oh yeah.
For a 20 over game, you have to start play by 10:27 p.m. IST.
But supposing it starts, I don't know, the rain stops at 10 or something.
Yeah.
It takes half an hour to prepare the ground. Then what?
Then they will give that grace period and you'll have a 20 over match.
Ah.
You will have a 20 over match because see,
Therefore-
if the rain has stopped at 10 and the ground staff are very confident, they'll finish it in 20-25 minutes. They'll have an inspection, play to start at 10:35. A 20 over game will be done, and that's about it. So if the rain stops by 9:30, then and only then you have a chance of a 20 over game. But if it continues raining like this, and Nikhil had stated at around 8-9 o'clock there might be rain, and it's proven to be true. Now this is not a steady drizzle, let me tell you. Unlike
This
Pakistan, this is a proper downpour.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why it's not looking good at this point. If the rain continues in this way, then I think India will come into the Super Fours with 2 no results.
Wow.
And there are talks about the fact that all the Super 4 games, not Pallekele, not Dambulla, it will all be played in Hambantota at the Suryaveva Hambantota Mahinda Rajapaksa Stadium.
But is there a difference when it comes to the weather over there?
It's slightly
There
more
is.
It's
inland.
drier.
Yeah, it's drier. It's about the same range as where Dambulla is. But again, remember, even in the dry part, see, Pallekele is on the fringes. It's just near the coastline, nearer to the coastline. Hambantota is slightly behind. So that is why the rain threat is little. Dambulla is bang in the middle. So that is why Dambulla doesn't get that much of rain. But you cannot have it in Dambulla because of 2 simple reasons. One, the ground has not been prepared. And second, you've not played international cricket in Dambulla for the past 10 years. So I am sorry, Dambulla is out of the equation. The next best option is Hambantota.
Which is where you're going.
Mostly that's where all the Super 4 games from the 9th onwards. Remember, 6th is the final match of the Asia Cup in Pakistan. That's at Lahore. I think it is Pakistan-Bangladesh, if I'm not mistaken, on the 6th. So India's games will all be held in Hambantota. Pakistan will be in Hambantota, and 12th also India will play, and then 15th. Those are your 3 Super 4 dates at this time. So this will be a long delay, folks, and in that brief period, 2 overs, 2.1, we saw Rohit Sharma kind of struggling.
Kind of?
Kind of, no.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I'm trying to be polite here because
Really?
I'm trying to,
You?
as I said, yeah, I'm trying to. Especially when it comes to the Indian team and when it comes to India, I'm trying to be polite. But
I
it's
mean,
not
let's be
happening.
fair. That was terrible the way he was playing. I mean, every single simple ball that was swinging in is no feet movement, playing on the off stump line, and it's just, and I'm like, really?
It's
Also,
It's actually, you know, it's
At this point, you have to be very fair that
it's deja vu.
no, it's not just deja vu. He's probably never correcting it. At this stage of his career,
by the way, did they shorten the innings break?
yeah, they did. They did.
by maybe what, like 10 minutes?
10 minutes,
Yeah, they shortened by 10 because
When
as
we
I
lost
said,
25, around 25 in the first rain
But
delay.
it's getting too
You
rough.
lost
We lost 1 hour and they only
1 hour.
reduced it by 10 minutes. I'm sorry, they just don't respect the time of cricket fans anymore.
they don't. I mean, look, Anup Konar, I'm very, very inclined to believe that now Asia Cup is becoming a swimming competition. Bad decision to make Sri Lanka the hosts. I do agree, Anup. I mean, see, technically, Sri Lanka are not at fault here because I'll tell you why. the weather has always been like this in Sri Lanka.
No, but then you could have looked at when Sri Lanka threw the hat in the ring once India made it clear, and then you were looking at the hybrid model. You could, in the first place, knowing geography of your territorial land very well, you could have gone for venues which weren't going to be this affected by the disturbances.
There was just one.
UAE.
You couldn't have played there because already 2-3 member boards raised an objection. Second, for logistical wise, Sri Lanka represents the best choice. Bangladesh also, there's a weather problem at this time because the northeast monsoon also will start and Bangladesh also gets impacted by that. So, you couldn't have
Sri Lanka itself. Why could you not, let's say, from the very first
host in Dambulla?
Exactly. Or Chalo Dambulla, as you mentioned, it's not hosted international cricket in a long time, but then looked at Hambantota.
Again,
You concentrated all your cricket in Pallekele. You could have done that. You could have not gone with Pallekele, instead gone to Hambantota.
This situation, it reminds me of the 2010 Test series that was held between Sri Lanka and West Indies. Okay, you remember? I think many people will remember that series because of Chris Gale's 333. Remember that second triple century that he hit. Now, this was unprecedented rain in Sri Lanka because wherever they played the first test in Galle. Then they went to Pallekele and then they went to Colombo. Remember, Pallekele hosted the first international game at that time. But there was so much unprecedented rain at that time that the entire tour got washed out. After that 333 by Chris Gale. And Sangakkara himself admitted that this is rain that we have never ever seen even when we were growing up. So climate change and all these things, it becomes very, very difficult to predict.
Yeah.
And remember, there was a big fallout of that. The tests got washed out. The ODIs had to be rescheduled to a different month. That is the thing. West Indies had to come twice. And again, Sharan Vinakota, it makes no sense to go to Hambantota. Why? Because even there is a rain prediction. Yeah. And Sharan Vinakota points out, I've checked every city of Sri Lanka in that period of September.
Which has like a great
has rain. And remember, you think that Hambantota is also in a dry zone? In the 2012 T20 World Cup, the Sri Lanka versus South Africa game, that got reduced to 7 overs because of pouring rain like this in Hambantota. So, and somewhere down the line, because you are covering the entire grounds, but once I remember in one particular domestic game, they forgot to cover one particular patch. Within 2 minutes it had poured, that patch became very wet, you couldn't play despite your best efforts there. So, you are taking a big risk and basically hosting it in Sri Lanka at this time or even in November, December also was going to be a massive problem for you. Now it begs the question, as Harshit is asking, why couldn't the other boards have stepped in and said, okay, play in the UAE like how it happened in 2022. But simple, climate and also because much more logistical issues in
then I'm saying, then at that point, as I said, I've given you the solution there. Let Pakistan host it in UAE. That was the only other solution that would have worked. But you didn't want to go that way, hybrid model, yada yada.
No, because Pakistan wanted to host it entirely in Pakistan.
Exactly.
And you couldn't grudge them. You
because
can't.
they had the tournament, it was awarded to them.
Yeah.
And the security situation, let me tell you, is much better than what it was in 2015. Teams like England, teams like Australia, who have always raised this bogey of security concerns, they have also gone there.
England, in fact, went twice last year.
Yeah. Australia have gone. So,
New Zealand went twice. Recently.
South Africa have gone, West Indies have gone, Sri Lanka, the first team that were impacted by the terror attack in Lahore in March 2009, they went in 2019. So that is why all this thing about a security situation and all is bogus. The main problem is the political environment at this point in time. Simple.
Security concerns didn't really matter.
And because of your political concerns, you ensure that you want to make this Asia Cup a scapegoat and make it a farcical tournament already. Because see, as some of our family members are saying, India will head into the Super Fours. Harish Madhisetti saying, India qualifying without playing a full game or winning without performance will be insult to join Super Fours. What can we say about it? I mean, it is true. If this game is washed out,
India's fault, no.
It's not India's fault. But it is the administration's fault also. If you kept politics aside, you could have played every game uninterrupted in Pakistan.
Yeah, there's no rain at this time of the year. So.
Where in North India there is rain?
But again, that could also have happened only in a utopian world. We know it's not happened for a while and it may not necessarily happen for some more time as things stand between the two nations.
So, okay, what is the current situation? Wait, I think, is there an update on the...
No, don't think so. But our free stream is definitely.
We'll say bye-bye.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we seem to be having a bit of a glitch, guys. So we will, stop this stream.